Imagine a UK rapper being sent to jail 3 months after signing for Roc Nation and being pictured for Jay-Z, getting sent to jail for a shooting that you didn't even do and end up getting acquitted of.
When Jay-Z came to sign, man, he was the biggest rapper in the world.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And for us growing up in England, do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, raw, Jay-Z, like, crazy.
How
did he even get in touch with
good
you?
props, man.
I bet you didn't even believe it at first, did you?
Yeah, well, it was weird. So around that time, I was like, I've been to every record label. They were all calling me in.
The police really tried to ruin this guy's career, and we need to talk about it. So Koke began releasing freestyles all the way back in the early 2000s. He was going viral across the internet, and he was around before we even had YouTube, selling his CDs out in public.
Yo, blood, I see you. Enough man ain't been true. Enough man ain't even been what we've been through. Nah, they just act like they have though. The same prick that disappears when the gap blows.
Anyway, to get into the topic of this video, he signed with Roc Nation. Following a radio play of his viral Fire in the Booth freestyle that now has over 25 million views, was the first proper one to start going viral. Koke becomes the first rapper signed to Jay-Z's Roc Nation from the UK. This was a massive deal. Jay-Z personally meets him and the deal is hyped as a major breakthrough. Koke said he received £100,000 for this deal. It was a lot more money back in January 2011. Now, a 27-year-old footballer from South London in 2011 is shot in the back at Harlesden train station near Stonebridge after attending a local football event. The victim survives and is discharged from hospital. The police say the area is a hotspot for gang rivalries. No immediate arrest, but CCTV footage described as blurry is reviewed. Not long after, the police raid his home in Stonebridge and arrest him based on this CCTV footage, claiming that they recognise Koke's face despite its poor quality. He is charged with attempted murder and possession of a firearm with intent to cause real violence. Koke was held on remand. He maintains his innocence from the start, telling the industry stalker in a jail interview, "They ain't got no evidence. It's because of my previous I'm here. You're guilty till proven innocent."
I mean, all Squinch and all the boys outside are, you know, really pushing everything for you, and all your fans are really keeping a positive note for you. But what about negative energy? Have you had any kind of negative responses to you being inside? Any feedback of anyone being happy?
Nah, like, I don't know, man. Only the police are talking to, they're the only ones.
Oh, no.
There's only the police that's fucking with me. Everyone's cool, man. It's love. Everyone wants to see me do this thing here, apart from the police for some strange reason.
Yeah. I mean, what's I don't know if I can ask, but what's going on with the record deal? Because people keep saying, "Oh, is he still signed? Is he still, what's going on?"
I'm good.
Supporters launched a Free Koke campaign where a lot of people from his area gathered in a video. They alleged that police targeted him due to his fame and history, and Koke had just got his big deal with Roc Nation.
Free my brother Koke, I scream it from the roof. I put it on my heart, my daughters, it's the fucking truth. That he's innocent. 11 in the morning, my brother's fucking snoring. CCTV and the Jakes are saying that they saw him. Oh, what, wait, maybe stop a man from touring? We come from the dirt, and the dirt still remains. My brother is the truth in the booth, free his name. Free Koke, can't keep my man down, this is a conspiracy.
April 26, 2011, Koke appears in Wilson's Magistrates Court with 4 teens that were all remanded, and a trial was set for October at the Crown Court. Media coverage for the big headlines in the newspapers linking his arrest with his recent Roc Nation deal and Stonebridge gang feuds. Diss tracks like Clap Clap targeting rivals.
There's no rounds out the floor, pump rounds at your door. Clap, clap, get down on the floor. Rap, tap, your man's in the morgue. Man bang for the core.
A few months later, he's officially charged alongside the teens and held without bail for what becomes 7.5 months in total. Roc Nation issues no comment, but the arrest halts his album production and promotions. Koke tweets from jail about receiving scanned photos of his unborn daughter, calling it hard knowing he was innocent. October 2011, the prosecution claims the group chased and shot the victim for straying into their turf. Koke denies the charges. The girl co-defendant also faces perverting the course of justice. All charges they deny. A 17-year-old co-defendant rap lyrics found in his pocket are presented praising Koke and referencing the crime. This fuels media narratives tying to his music and the real violence. After a short trial, Koke is acquitted of all charges due to lack of evidence and no direct links beyond this blurry CCTV image that apparently a police officer said that it looked like him. Yo, effing hell, this shit's crazy, I'm back, he puts out. The teen's case continues separately, and Koke sues for wrongful arrest, implied later in interviews, claiming police fitted him up based on bias. He serves no further time but lost 7.5 months of his career peak. After getting released from prison, he comes back with this song called I'm Back. In this, he says, I'm the man of the year and I've been gone for months. He was stating that he is ready to return. This is a warm-up for things to come. Can we just deep this for a second? Koke signed to Jay-Z, one of the biggest rappers in the world. This was unheard of for a UK rapper back then. He gets this large paycheck. It is his time to really go ham on the music, and he just sat down in prison for something he did not do. How do you even make that up to someone? If you make a lawsuit, how much money? We can't even quantify what would happen, where Koke could have got. 7 months at that time where Koke would have been the most buzzing, would have changed his life forever.
Horrible. Trust me. I missed my daughter's birth. I got into an altercation in there. It's horrible, bro. I've got all this stuff going on outside. I'm just hearing about how lit it is on the road for me.
Yeah, the music's
I'm stuck in
jumping
jail.
off.
Yeah. Everyone's chatting. I'm just stuck in here, bro. Looking at a 15 for something that I didn't even do. And these feds, they know that it's not me. They actually know it. Do you get me? There's no evidence that's pointing to me other than a picture that 2 police officers saying look like me.
Yeah.
Do you get me? So 2 police officers can look at a picture and say, I think that's Kevin Giorgio. And that's it. I'm fucked.
That's it.
I go to prison for 7 and 8 months, and that's it. That's how easy
How
it
this
is.
story plays out gets a lot worse. Despite the acquittal, Roc Nation ends up terminating Koke. Still, reasons include high profile cases, scaring promoters and lack of label support for shows and exposure, and Operation Trident, who were warning venues against booking gang affiliated artists. Koke tells The Guardian he felt fitted up by the police, swayed by his past, and in 2012 in a Digital Spy interview he says the label saw him as too much rear.
Sony. Remember they took down my Vivo as well, innit? Yeah, they tried to rub my... They actually took Lay Down Your Weapons down, the Bridget Kelly one down. They took everything down. Deleted my Vivo. I think they were pissed that they had to pay me money for breaching the contract. So they just took everything down. I know, it's a dirty game, you get me?
There was a time where Jay-Z had all the top artists from Roc Nation that was going to perform in the UK, and he was meant to come out with them to really show he's part of Roc Nation now, and the police stopped that happening. Police were shutting down the big shows, and this was affecting his career, and the labels obviously see this as a massive risk. He was releasing single by single. They didn't want to put the money in for the album. He had that one with Maverick Sabre called Turn Back. He had the Rita Ora song called Lay Down Your Weapons, and also the Bridget Kelly song My Time, but not the full album coming out through the record label. 26th of March 2013, he was set to perform in Hatfield. It was cancelled hours before the show. The Hertfordshire police advised due to safety concerns and fears of gang violence. Koke tweets, sorry people, what can I say? They're still on. Police cite risk to attendees from Stonebridge Tide. July 11, 2013, the ban from Wireless Festival we spoke about. Police shut down his scheduled performance under Operation Trident. Koke announced on Twitter, my time drops Sunday. Feds push me off Wireless, hating my whole shit.
So obviously, you know, Wireless pay the feds to police their event. So the man that runs Wireless will talk to the man that runs the feds, the big guy. The big guy saying to the man, my man can't perform. Like I see the email. Do you get me? So like, it's that deep.
The vote was cancelled due to the police pressure, fearing crowd trouble. This was seen as a part of a broader UK police effort to curb rap artists linked to violence, similar to bans on gigs and So Solid Crew. He claimed in interviews it was in retaliation for his acquittal and his street cred. Summer 2012, Koke was lined up for several UK festival appearances to capitalise on the Roc Nation buzz, and there was so many times that these shows were getting shut down. Ministry of Sound, Koke was booked for a headline set at the iconic Ministry of Sound nightclub as part of the Roc Nation showcase. Hours before doors opened, the event was axed after Metropolitan Police advised against it, citing intelligence on potential gang attendance from Stonebridge rivals like Church End, and Koke vented on X. They just cancelled my show because of feds, still pushing my thing regardless. Promoters refunded tickets, and the incident was covered in Complex UK, highlighting how police risk assessments effectively banned him from London venues. This contributed to Roc Nation's decision to drop him that year. Executives grew wary of the instability.
At what point did your relationship with Roc Nation start to go south?
To be fair, it was just a factor of a lot of things, bro. Obviously, the police are stopping me. I've got this big record label. Everybody thinks I'm doing amazing, but I'm really not. And then it's just a lot of factors, bro. Jay-Z's having these big concerts in parks in London and I'm not there. Why am I not performing? Why am I not coming out? It was just odd little things. Sony as well, like they all convinced me that Lay Down Your Weapons was the track, but I'm out here promoting it on my own. Where's the support? Why do I even have this label? Do you get me? You lot got me doing things I was doing before I was even signed. Do you get what I'm saying? Furthermore, you lot are making me do things I didn't do when I was signed. It was just a number of things. I got unhappy with the situation. I think I may have been towards the end a little bit difficult with doing certain things. Plus the police, after they shut down the wireless and everything just kind of went sour. Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay. So did you end up officially parting ways with Roc Nation at that point?
Nah, it wasn't even Roc Nation at first. It was Sony. Sony just couldn't do it. They was like, what can we don't know what to do with this guy. Do you get what I'm saying? So Sony pulled out first. And then obviously it just didn't make sense for Roc Nation no more because they got nobody over here that's going to take care of me because they're over there.
February 2013, a planned performance at the O2 Academy Brixton, a key venue for rising UK rappers, was cancelled a week in advance. Southwark Police, overseeing the area, issued a formal warning under Operation Trident stating the event could not go ahead. Koke called it harassment in a BBC One Extra interview, noting it was the third cancellation in 6 months. Fans protested online free Koke shows, but the venue complied to avoid fines or getting their license removed. This ban was part of a wave affecting multiple Stonebridge linked artists, as reported in The Independent. This didn't affect him in the long term, but did affect him in the short term, with him taking a bit of a break from music. I mean, there could have been long term effects in terms of what could have happened and things may have played out differently for him now, but obviously he maintained relevance and still released big songs. Luckily, Koke built his core following on his own YouTube channel and has always had his fan base that made him relevant still to this day. But something has to be said for these cases where people sit down for a long time for something they didn't do, some sort of compensation or some way of making it up to that person. It's the justice system in general. Koke went on to have major hits that were bigger than his Roc Nation songs. After that were like his songs with Rena, recent songs with Potter Paper. This guy is still relevant all these years later. Koke actually has an international song with Don Malik that actually has 62 million views. He's maintained relevance just through being an authentic artist and never pretending to be something he's not. Very transparent with his audience. This continued throughout the years. There was different situations where he had a planned show in a warm-up gig at the O2 in Newcastle, was cancelled by the police. Promoters again was talking about the threats of violence and his history. There's been other stuff where Koke faced 4 unreported cancellations at venues in Manchester and Birmingham. Per his 2021 James English podcast, it was said that police from Greater Manchester Police and West Midlands Police told leading promoters to drop him quiet. 2017, there was another ban on the Brixton Jam performance. Shut down one of his shows, and Koke responded on Instagram Live saying they won't let me perform in my own country, it's over for UK rap. This was another time he had been cancelled years after that record deal. Damage had been done, loss of earnings estimated to be £100,000 plus from the scrap deals of these shows.
The police originally heard that I was having a birthday party in this club in Soho and they tried to shut it down. We had a relationship with the owner, so he had the last say and he was cool with us to go ahead with it. Anyway, there's been an altercation outside my party. I'm over across the road in a shop, someone's come over and they're like, your brother's over there fighting. Just as I've got to the altercation, like a police officer just come out of nowhere and rugby tackled me to the floor. Anyway, I've ended up getting out of it. Everyone's telling me to run, so I'm kind of jogging up the road, then I'm kind of thinking like, why am I even running? But as I've looked back, they've just gassed me and they literally beat the fuck out of me like for ages. Soho locked it off, vans, helicopters, everything over nothing. And then they done me for assault again. This is the second time that that's happened to me. The police have beat me up and then done me for assault again. So that was like kind of the last straw for the label and stuff. The police are on me, banning every show, can't perform anywhere. I haven't been able to perform in London for over 10 years.
It's one of the best ways to fund your career as a rapper is these shows. They can be massive paychecks for one night's work, and when rappers cannot do it, it affects them massively in terms of their earnings and their revenue. Someone like Koke has countless songs that he wants to perform. He's come from absolute poverty and wants to share that connection with his audience and change his life, but apparently due to gang rivalries or certain things happening at these venues that the police are worried about, they want to prevent it by stopping him performing whatsoever. Koke's had a long history with the police. At one point he described being beaten up by them during his birthday celebration. The post online included footage from the event showing an altercation. Apparently Koke went outside to see what was happening, then he was targeted by the police. In general, hip-hop has always had a bit of a controversial relationship with police. Of course, Koke has made diss tracks on rival gang members over the years, which gives the police something to look into and hold against them down the line. These guys are trying to come from poverty and make a living for themselves, and they have families to feed, and this is taking money out of the rappers' mouths. There's other artists like Digga D, Unknown T, Potter Paper. Nines just recently had a festival that cannot go ahead, and the police are often targeting this and cite a Public Order Act of antisocial laws urging that lyrics could incite violence. The 2018 Met Police guidance targets drill artists as well. Many rappers from areas like Brixton, Peckham, Tottenham or other areas around West London are targeted. The issues led to lawsuit. Unknown T had a partial win and calls for free speech. Artists like Stormzy advocating platforms like Mayor's Office for policing crime. Not many people know that Stormzy actually missed out on a massive brand deal because he defended the treatment of Notting Hill Carnival. Due to this, he missed out, and this was discussed recently on the podcast.
I didn't find it very amusing at the time, for one reason, and this is the big fallout that we had with the goal commander for Notting Hill Carnival and Stormzy.
What?
When Stormzy was back in 2017, Stormzy was probably pretty much the biggest artist on the planet at the time. My head of communications and counter-terrorism had managed to get him to agree to come and do a campaign for us, and the campaign was called Run, Hide, Tell, and it was what to do if you were caught up in a terrorist attack.
Right.
And we were going to have Stormzy leading this campaign.
Really?
It would have been viral. It would have been amazing. At the same time, it was just before Notting Hill Carnival, and he criticised the policing of Notting Hill Carnival, saying, you know,
these government-backed paychecks are different kinds of money. Just for that one tweet, I know people have called Stormzy a sellout recently for different reasons. He missed out on a massive bag here.
The gold commander had just put out how many doors they kicked in. They'd just seized a kilo of up the road, and he'd basically said that was destined for Notting Hill Carnival without any evidence that it was.
Oh,
but he was trying to make a point. He was trying to make a dramatic point, saying, if you're a drug dealer, stay away from Notting Hill because, look, we're arresting you.
Dangerous game to play, that.
It was a dangerous game to play when you've got one of the biggest viral superstars on the planet who's got a Twitter following slightly more than the goal commander.
Well, he went to Twitter, did he?
Who said, I'll be interested in how many doors you're kicking in before Glastonbury next year. So he compared the two things directly. And of course, the next call my director of comms got was, I don't think Stormzy will be doing your campaign this year. And then a week later, Anthony Joshua, who was also lined up for the campaign, has to drop out as well. And I thought, God.
Was it because of that as well?
He's a mate of Stormzy. No, he was about to fight Vladimir Klitschko. You know what a boxing fan I am. His manager would not let him get into the ring, having just done a campaign called Run, Hide, Tell.
It says, with the continued rise of UK drill and UK rap, police collaborations with platforms like YouTube are happening with content removal, and it has extended to live events. And the monitoring still persists on certain situations where they want to take down content or stop live shows happening. How do you guys feel about this situation overall? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments.